What's up, guys? Back again with another video. So I always talk about building business credit, right? I think it go hand in hand, especially if you're going to start your own authority. Starting your own authority is basically starting a trucking company because you have to have an LLC to even apply for the authority, right? So if you're not going to be serious about your credit and building business credit, you're doing yourself a disservice. So I haven't showed you guys my credit in a long time and how, I started building everything. So I kind of wanted to talk about that. Now, this is not financial advice at all whatsoever. I'm just showing you guys, what I do and the steps that I took to get to where I'm at. So let's take a look at my Credit Karma real quick. I'm gonna pull up Credit Karma, right? And the reason why I like using Credit Karma because it shows me what's on my credit report. Now, Credit Karma is just a tool. Now, the way Credit Karma make money is because it's a referral service. When they recommend all these different credit cards to you and you click on that offer and apply, that's how they get paid. Now, I don't use Credit Karma for that, and you shouldn't either. Now, if it is something that you want to look and see that they offering you, I would go directly to the website. So for example, if they're referring you to a Capital One credit card, they're saying that you got good approval odds, I would actually go over to Capital One's website and use their pre-qualification tool. And I recommend that you guys do that for all your credit cards because you're gonna need credit cards. So for example, let's take a look at one of these, right? So let's take a look at TransUnion, right? Now, the reason why I say you need credit cards is if you look here, look, payment history, credit card utilization, derogatories. Derogatories is the main thing that people have on their credit that be affecting them. I think it's the number one thing. But the number two thing be people who have credit cards and you have only a low limit, like your limit is $500 or $1,000, or you got a credit card that's $5,000 limit, right? Once you get up into the $5,000 credit card limit range and you max those cards out, it's kind of hard to get yourself out of that. Now, you can offset that because what this utilization goes by is all my cards. So let's say, for example, you have a $1,000 credit card, right? What you want to do is try to apply for more cards. So if you apply for another $1,000 card, or another credit card and you get a $1,000 limit, even if your credit card that has that $1,000 is maxed out, if you get approved for that other credit card and it's $1,000, that's going to bring your utilization from 100% all the way down to 50% because they use both of the cards as a whole. So you apply for multiple credit cards and that will lower your utilization, which in return would definitely raise your credit score. So that's one way to offset credit utilization. But as you can see, let's click on year real quick. And I'm very transparent so you guys can see, the journey that I've been through, right? My credit was lower than this the year before that because, like I said, I started building and working on my credit when I knew that I was getting into the business. And, it's just a good habit thing to do. It's just a good habit to build your credit score. And then from there all the way up to a year later, as you can see, it's at an 807 right now. But this right here, download Credit Karma if you haven't already. Don't necessarily use Credit Karma or Credit Sesame for, your actual score because this is a Vantage score. It's actually just an estimate, right? From when they pull your score if they use a FICO system, right? But this right here is just a tool because I want to know what's on my credit, right? So if I click on my credit cards, and I know some people talk about having your credit score or having your credit utilization between 1 and 4, but I like to pay my cards to 0, right? I like to pay my cards to 0. So that's basically what I use Credit Karma for. So the reason for me showing you guys that is because, if you have good personal credit, you can use that to leverage your business credit. And if you're going to be starting a trucking authority and you're not wanting to go in it with the mindset of having good credit and build business credit, then you're doing yourself a disservice. I would start my business right now. If you're going to trucker school, or if you're in training right now, or if you over the road right now working for a mega carrier, whatever the case may be, I would go ahead and start my company right now and start building business credit right now. That way, when I get ready to transition, I'll have a good foundation built to where that I'll have the resources that I need to have a successful trucking company, right? Ways to start building business credit is to get Net 30 accounts, Uline, Quail, Office Max, and these different type of cards. Or even when you sign up and get business, gas, fuel cards, or whatever the case may be, those report to your business credit. Let's say you start your authority and you apply for, a fuel card for your truck. Make sure you get one that's report to your business credit. When you buy your truck, make sure add that truck onto your business or use yourself as a personal guarantee so that that loan payment can be going towards your business. That way, that truck payment can be going towards your business credit. Once you establish yourself, like I said, by getting credit cards and getting funding for your business, I like credit cards personally because I have the limit and the resources there for when I need it. So if I need anything for my business, I have resources already in line that I can go to. I can go to my credit cards. I can go to my lines of credit and things like that to get the funds that I need to take care of anything that's associated with my business, right? And with that being said, like you can also use your credit cards to pay your rent, your mortgage, or you can use your credit cards to pay your truck payments, car payments, and all of these different things. Now, if your company that you have your car payments with or mortgage with or whoever you pay rent to don't take credit cards directly, here's a solution for this, but it's called plastic. Plastic pretty much lets you make credit card payments to almost anything, right? It lets you pay your mortgage, pay your rent, pay your car payments, and you can use your credit cards to pay for this stuff. That's why you get more than one credit card. Now, this can backfire. This stuff can backfire. All this stuff is not going to work if you're not going to have the discipline. If you're not going to have the discipline to not max out your cards, only pay for the things that you're going to pay for anyway. So with that being said, if you're going to pay your rent, or you had to pay your mortgage, or if you had to pay your truck payment, or whatever the case may be, those are things you had to pay anyway. Now, if you need a week or two or whatever, you can use your credit cards to get you, out of those situations that you need to take care of things for right now. Pay virtually anything with your credit cards. You can pay virtually anything with your credit cards, and that's why I like credit cards and lines of credit, because if anything goes wrong or anything that you need funding for immediately, you already have these sources. So throughout the years and throughout the months, what you do is you keep building, keep adding relationships, keep getting different credit cards. Like you saw me talk about the Navy Federal credit card in my last video. Now that's another source that I can go to if I need to get funded immediately for the business. So it's a building thing. I like to keep building. So now, even with that being said, I have a new one for you. They pulled my Experian for the card, and it doesn't report to anything. All it did was cost me an inquiry, but in return, I can use that card even if I wanted to revolve a balance. As you can see, my personal balances are zero on my personal side. But if I wanted to revolve a balance, I would do it on the business credit card because it's not going to show up on my personal credit. And with the Navy Federal card, that revolving balance doesn't show on your business credit either. So now you have a good situation to where you can revolve a balance and it's not going to affect your personal credit or your business credit. This is another card that does the same thing. This card does hard pull your Experian credit report, and they send you out the cards. You can do balance transfers to take advantage of some offers. With these cards, when I first get them, I like to do the introductory offers to where I can buy something. So if I needed a trailer, or if I want to get a car for tour, or if I need anything, you can apply for cards like these. They got 0% interest. And you would take that card, use it for whatever you need, and you can revolve the balance. It's not going to affect your personal or your business credit. BHG is another card that I'm going to make a separate video about. Let me know if you want me to make a separate video about it once I get the card, because this is a new one that I just applied for, and it doesn't report to personal and it doesn't report to business. They got personal and business credit card. I talk about business credit and building business because if you're going to start a trucking authority, you want to build that foundation with the resources that you need, the banking relationships that you need to be able to pay for the things and purchase and make purchases for your business that's going to help you and not use no money out of your pocket. And some of these things can be done with 0% out of pocket, 0% interest. If you have good credit, building good credit and getting business credit cards, you will be able to take care of your business needs, without affecting your personal credit. Now, last thing that I want to talk about is if you have derogatories and stuff like this on your personal credit, you want to start working on some of those things now. Some of you, if these things been on your credit for 5, 6, or 7 years, you're just going to have to wait till you get out of that, because those things are going to start to roll off. But if you have derogatories that are brand new, 1 year, 2 year, you might want to take a look at getting those removed, talk to the creditors about those and see if they will be willing to work out a payment plan and make sure that they are willing to remove it completely from your credit report, not just mark it as paid. If you're not familiar with all this type of stuff, I do recommend getting with, somebody that know what they're doing when it comes to this. They got law firms and all that works on credit repairs and stuff like that. I would deal with someone like that to make sure these type of things get taken care of, and that way you can move in the right direction. But right now, it's things that you can do right now, which is add positive trade lines to your credit. If you have negative things reporting on your credit report, you can offset some of that by getting positive trade line added. So if you have a credit card, try adding another one. Use these pre-qualification tools. Like, for example, I'm gonna go right here to Capital One real quick. For example, you can literally come right here to Capital One, see if you're pre-approved for their cards with no harm to your credit. So with that being said, you can literally, and Capital One is not the only one. If you have a bank that you use right now for your personal business or for, your paychecks or whatever you got, see if they got credit products, because they're more likely to give you a credit card because you do all your banking with them. So they have banking history, banking data on you, so they can use some of that. Most of these banks, especially credit unions, they use some of that data, your history with them, to make decisions on whether they approve you for credit cards or not. And it's just not solely based on your credit score. So you can use some of these things to your advantage. But also, you can come to Capital One or some of these other credit card companies and see if they have a pre-qualification tool. Without harming your credit, it's going to be a soft pull on your credit, and you can see if you qualify for the card or not. And with that being said, this is how you start adding on banks, adding on credit cards, start lowering your utilization. Don't overspend on these cards just because you get a new credit card. Think you can just go to the mall and just buy all this unnecessary stuff. I recommend just getting the cards, putting small purchases on them. Use them for things that you're going to use or need anyway, like food, gas, light bill, cable bill, phone bill, whatever, all your necessary things that you need, put it on the credit card, pay it right back, and get more banking relationships with other credit cards and stuff like that. And then if they have business products, I will only be dealing with ones that have business products too, because this right here is how you rebuild and start adding good positive trade lines to your personal credit. But then once you start doing that, then you're going to use your personal credit to jumpstart your business credit by applying for business credit cards. And then once you apply for the business credit cards, now Capital One is one of the ones that if you apply for a business credit card, it's going to report to both. It's going to report to both your personal and your business. But when you get into any of the other banks, they're going to pull your personal credit. They're going to approve you for the business credit card, but they're only going to report that business card to your business credit unless they're Navy Federal or BHG like I just showed you. They don't report to anyone. But if you get the other credit cards, they just report to your business credit only, which is good because they're going to start reporting positive trade lines to your business credit. And then with that, you start opening yourself up to larger lines of credit. And you're going to start opening up yourself to like being able to get business products, like getting trucks or cars or equipment or whatever you need. You're going to be able to finance on just your business alone by itself. Once your business get a credit score, you'll be able to finance some of these things on your business. And it's important because we want to get ahead by using other people's money and keeping your capital. The goal is to keep your capital, stack your capital, use debt, which is credit cards and stuff like that, to purchase assets. And then with that stuff is going to make you money, and you just in return pay back what you owe and keep the profit. That costs you no money out of pocket. So that's all I have for you guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. So if you're going to start a business, I want you guys to start building the foundations for your business right now. So like, share, subscribe. Until next time, see you in the next video.